Former President Donald Trump made a campaign stop in Asheville, North Carolina yesterday, where he outlined his economic plan. The former president used Tic Tacs to demonstrate inflation under the Biden administration, and then he veered off topic to attack President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. CBS News campaign reporter Olivia Rinaldi is joining us now with a little more on that. I managed to watch a little bit of his speech there. Olivia, what were the major points Donald Trump was making about his economic plan if he's reelected?
Yeah, this was billed as economic remarks here in Asheville, North Carolina. There were a few big points that I want to hit on. One, his no tax on tips policy. That's something that Trump brought up in June. That's what he announced when we were in Las Vegas. And then, as you know, this week, Vice President Kamala Harris has endorsed that plan along with a federal minimum wage raise. Trump also said he is interested in no tax on Social Security. And part of his economic plan, the whole underlying part of it, is what he calls drill, baby, drill, which really just means unleashing a lot of drilling, economic exports of energy in the U.S. to kind of bolster our outputs and therefore having, a little bit of a revenue boost. But as you mentioned, a lot of these attacks then veered into Vice President Kamala Harris. And his goal yesterday was to really tie her to the high prices and inflation that we've seen under the Biden administration. Trump yesterday debuted a new nickname for her economic policies, calling them Kamala-nomics. It's a little bit of a mouthful, but it's really to tie her back to Bidenomics and the high prices that we saw under that administration. So that was kind of the goal there. We'll see if that name actually sticks. But, Trump did repeat a lot of new things that we have heard before in this speech. It wasn't exactly groundbreaking by any means. And we are anticipating an economic speech from Vice President Kamala Harris tomorrow in North Carolina. But I think that really just shows how crucial this state truly is. It's the battleground state where Trump had the slimmest margin, the battleground state which he won, and he also had the slimmest margin in 2020. It just shows you how crucial this really is here.
Absolutely. Another crucial state, another battleground state, Pennsylvania. Trump's running mate J.D. Vance is going to be holding a campaign stop there this morning. And in an interview on Fox News, he did not sort of make a firm statement as to whether or not he'd be attending a CBS News vice presidential debate that's scheduled for October 1st. Tim Walz committed to it. But what were the concerns that Vance was voicing?
Yeah, Vance had previously said that he would debate Governor Walz, but, as Walz accepted that October 1st debate yesterday, we have not heard from Vance on that invitation. But in an interview with Fox News yesterday, he did say he has a few caveats, a few reasons why he's not accepting. He wants to hear who the moderators are, what the rules are, if there will be an audience. These are all things that their camp wants to hear about and agree to before they agree to anything really publicly. So we're awaiting word on that. We've reached out to their campaign to see if they're going to accept that date, what other conversations need to be had. But this all comes as Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris are set to debate. A few debates coming up in September, just as we're rounding the corner right into the election day.
All right, Olivia, thank you.